So in this video I'm going to show you how to prepare the wiring to the power supply and from the power supply to the ramps board. So it's in two groups of wiring. So this is one group here that goes from mains power, the kettle plug that you'll insert into the side panel, to the power supply, and then this set goes from the power supply to the ramps board. This set is at 240 volts. This is the one that I'm most concerned about, and you know that's the side of the power supply that will kill you. This is coming out of the power supply is 12 volts and unlikely to kill you. So we need to make sure that all of the wires are really well put together, but we need to be particularly concerned about the wires that go from mains to the power supply. So I'm just going to start with those. So there's two types of connectors. One is this spade connector. There's a female spade connector, and the other is a fork connector. The spade connector attaches to your to the kettle plug and through the switch to the power supply, which the fork connectors connect with, and then coming out of the power supply we just need the forks, and then there'll be bare wires at the other end, and we screw fix them into the connector at the other end. So I'm just going to prepare these wires first. Use my trusty wire strippers. So it's something like this. That's it. It sits in here like this, and we're just going to crimp this now. Using, on this one, I'll just use the 20 to 22 crimper. Pop that in there. So the fork of the connector sort of sits into the female side of the crimper like this, and seat the wire right up inside, and then give it a good squeeze. I'll give that 2, just extend it along a little bit. Now when you pull on this connector, it shouldn't slip at all. It should be really tight in there. So yeah, if you could do a little pull test once you've crimped, that would be good. And on the other end we'll do the same for the fork. This one. So we'll just crimp this fork onto the other end of the wire. Now the fork has a shorter shank, and it's important that the end of the wire here doesn't eat into the landing between the inside radius of the fork and the shank itself. If it's up here, you won't be able to slot it properly into the power supply. So we'll just shift that along a little bit. I'm going to put it in the same 20 to 22 swager and give that a squeeze. These ones are a bit tougher than the others, but that is really well fixed. Now the last thing to do on this prior to being able to install it is to put some heat shrink on. We just want to protect ourselves from accidentally touching any of the conductive parts. So I'll just take this heat gun and heat up the heat shrink. You got to heat it on all sides, being careful not to burn it. There's one. Just be careful of that hot end. It does stay hot for quite a while. One on there. Now this one, the fork end, we do need to have the fork exposed, so make sure that's fixed. All right. So we just need to do the same for the neutral and the earth leads. This fuse actually gets two spade terminals rather than a fork terminal. So I might just do this one now.